Today, we noticed on the bus that we had 34 gainers. Leading the charge of the gainers today was Charms Nigeria PLC, there was Corn Oil, and also Unilever PLC. We had today also 53 losers on the chart, led by Union Bank of Nigeria, Dangote Flour, and African Petroleum PLC. And of course, there were 48 stocks that stayed flat. We observed today that there were 9,560 deals on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and volumes were mainly driven by UACN, ICO Insurance PLC, and First Bank of Nigeria PLC.
Well, Bank PHB came out with results. What's their margin loans looking like?
Well, from the results that Bank PHB brought out, which should actually be their full year results, but because the bank is taking, moving their end year to December in line with the CBN directive that all banks in Nigeria should have a common year end, 31st December of every year. So what they brought out was supposed to be their full year results, but that now is an interim result, unaudited. It showed that from our calculation, they would have made loan loss provision of about 16.3 billion naira. Because looking at the numbers that they brought out, profit before tax was about 31 billion naira, which was marginal increase from where it was at the same time in 2008. But we saw that profit after tax came to 10.9 billion naira, I mean. And that shows that they would have made a loan loss provision of about 16.3 billion naira.
Well, take us through what's the outlook for PHB Bank.
Well, we expect, like all the banks, like we said in recent times concerning the banking industry in Nigeria, that provisions will be the order of the day. Now, for Bank PHB, the results that we have are unaudited results. We do not expect these results to change drastically when they have been audited, but we expect that towards the end of the year, we would also see the bank making further provisions like we've expected from all other banks in Nigeria. But one of the critical things that you have to look at in the numbers that is being brought out by the banks in recent times is that gross earnings for most of the banks have actually gone up. For Bank PHB, if you look at comparing 2008 and 2009, you see that there is a 63% increase in gross earnings. This is good, but what would happen is that the provisions that every bank needs to make would definitely eat deep into their net income, and that is expected to go on for almost all the banks in Nigeria.